Oh man, Hollywood got me again. So I originally did this video watching part of this trailer, and I thought I automatically knew what to expect. So I turned on the camera, started recording, boom, and I was like, you know what? Let's finish this trailer. Why not? Let's just see what happens. It's not like my opinion is going to change or anything. And boy, was I wrong. So for those that are new to the channel, hey, thank you so much for checking me out. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm so glad you came back. You might be surprised as to how I got into the studio, because the last video that you saw, I was in the studio. I didn't really explain too much. Well, I have a Patreon where you can follow all the behind the scenes as I travel around the US and get into shenanigans and things like that, but grow as an artist as well. And I also have a podcast where I talk about life as I'm on the road. I just got done watching the trailer for this new Jurassic World Rebirth film that's going to be coming out. Who the fuck knows? And let's be honest, who the fuck cares? For those that have been following me for a while, you know my feelings on new films. But those that are new to the channel, I do not support current Hollywood. I do like coming on though and talking about the shit that they bring out. And for people that are not familiar with where the story originated from, they think this is like amazing. Jurassic World was actually Jurassic Park that came out in the 90s. Go back and watch the original one. You'll be very impressed as to how we got here. So this story, each time it comes out, it acts like the previous films don't exist. I'm watching this trailer, right? Remembering the beginning of Jurassic World, like that whole shift of stories where we go from people that are on this island and now they're living in the world, and people are not aware of dinosaurs, but people now are aware of dinosaurs. So the fears that everybody has now in current and present day shouldn't even exist, but we're here. And also, I didn't bring this up in my last episode. During the Super Bowl, they had this trailer coming out for Thunderbolts. Okay. I thought it was Black Widow too, and I did a reaction to that film, and I was the only one in my friend group that hated that film. But it is what it is. I thought it was Black Widow too. No, but it's called Thunderbolts. Nothing about that trailer excited me. It looked funny as hell in the worst way. And I was just like, yeah, we just out here just creating anything. We don't give a shit anymore. It's cool. And I also feel like Marvel fell off the wagon a long time ago too. Best thing that they ever did in recent times was Endgame. Yeah, recent times. I said what I said. They don't get my money either, but it was just kind of funny, so I forgot to bring that up as a thing that I was just like very confused to see. I'm sure those are the best scenes in the film, which made it even worse. Your best scenes were garbage. But we got Jurassic World Rebirth, because we aren't learning from the mistakes of our past. You know, if you don't learn from the past, you're bound to repeat it, whatever the saying goes. And that's exactly what we see here. So we have ScarJo, good old ScarJo, and we have the other dude from Bridgerton, and we have Mahershala Ali, who he's actually a good actor. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy that they canceled that Blade. I don't know for sure if they're not going forward with it, but like, we don't need another reimagining of Blade. I think Wesley Snipes was good. It's dead and gone. Let it rest. Let it sleep. It did its job. We're good. We have this cast of people. Obviously took it because of a check. Yeah, because we all got bills to pay. I get it. They're going to this very dangerous island to get the very dangerous dinosaurs so we can do some experiments on it, because that happened before. Again, we don't learn from the past. We're just repeating shit. And in the process, we watched this trailer knowing who exactly is going to live and who's going to die. Like, we already know. Like, maybe because for a modern audience, the black guy is going to live, like in the other one. But you know, back in the day, black people used to die first. But no, this is a modern, we can't be racist like that. The black people are going to live and all the white men are going to die, because that's just how storytelling works nowadays. But sometimes you can look at a cast when you're watching a trailer and know exactly who's going to live and die. And that's kind of like the vibe I got. Like, we already know ScarJo's going to live. Not the beautiful ScarJo. She's definitely not going to die. But also, why was there a child there? Like, not also was there a child in the film, but there's a child supposedly on this island that they were going to that was supposed to be super dangerous. Do I want to know why that child's there? Hell no. Just like when I first saw the Jurassic World, all those kids in there, oh, they all could have died. I don't give a shit. But like, no, not all the kids. That one assistant, she died. She had the worst death out of everybody. And I was so confused. I was like, did that actor like fuck around with the director or one of the writers? She died the worst. But no, kids had to live. Why? Who knows? We're here. There's a kid on the island. We're trying to escape these dinosaurs. They're trying to remind us of a better time. You know, these are the dinosaurs from the first Jurassic Park that were too dangerous to be on the island then. I'm like, oh, were they? Were they, motherfucker? Shut the fuck up. I don't like when they try to tie things in to a much superior story as if that's going to make people want to watch your film. Why can't we just let beautiful things die? I thought the first one, Jurassic Park, was amazing. Like, go back. Yo, that film came out in the 90s. It still holds up. No one does animatronics anymore. It was such a good film. So good. The second one was hella questionable. Because why does that dude have a black child? We're just saying anything now to get people in the seats. The third one, that one was a mixed bag amongst a lot of people. I generally liked the third one. First one and the third one, Dunsey. I thought we were good. Then all of a sudden they decided to take the park and turn it to Jurassic World. I'm like, oh, because people can't just rest nicely. We have to resurrect them just to punch them back into the grave. Like I don't understand it. It don't make no sense. They did it with Indiana Jones. They did it with motherfucking John Wick. They did it with Fast and the Furious. Like we can't have good things anymore. I promise you, if they bring back Godfather, I'm gonna be pissed. Not everything needs a remake and reboot for a modern audience. I'm telling you. I'm watching this trailer and I'm just like sitting there confused. I was just as confused watching that trailer like I was watching those Super Bowl ads. I'm like, why are we here? How did we get here? In 2025, how did we get here? I was so confused and so annoyed. Who thought this was okay? Like, listen, I get it. Bills come no matter what. So you have to take that check. No one's stopping and thinking. People aren't watching our films. We need to understand why. No one even cares to understand why people aren't watching. They're just churning them out and then shocked when no one's making money. Now, for people that are not aware of how the process worked back in the day, like granted, nowadays it's a little different because of streaming services. Before streaming services even existed, like when we had like Tommy K's and the Blockbusters, there was a thing that you would have where you can actually measure the success of a film, even before DVDs, or actually, let's put DVDs in it. So we had VHSs.
Damn, you old as hell.
You can see how successful a film is going to be for how long it was in the theater. So nowadays, because of streaming services, it's easy to have a film in the theaters for like a month. There's really no reason for you to pay the gas and the snacks and all that to watch a film in the theater with someone who's going to be on their phone all goddamn time when you can just watch it at home. I get it. But back in the day, the only way you were able to watch it was in the theaters. And then you had to wait to get it to rent in like a Blockbuster. And there was a time limit on it. Like you had to have it, like you maybe had it for like 3 to 5 days. And then after that, you would have some penalty, a late fee. Prime example, 300. It was in the theaters. You liked it. You knew for a fact it was popular because one, when you paid for your ticket, you go in and it's packed to the max. And this is before assigned seating. So you would pay for your ticket. You'll go to the theater. You have to find a seat. Your best bet was to get there early. Sit down. That shit is packed as fuck. You see that name in the theaters, headline on the sign, and it was there for like 6 months. You can go in on a January, still see that name on a September. Yo, English is not my second language, I promise you. So it was popular as hell. Like it would be in the theaters for like 6 to 7 months. Nowadays, 1 month, now it's on Hulu. No time wasted. But you were able to measure the success of a film that way, and also from DVD purchases and VHS purchases. Nowadays, it's like unless it's making money in the first 24 hours, it's a shit show. You're not making anything. Like you might be breaking even. I think these Jurassic World films are making really big money because who doesn't want to see a dinosaur tear apart a human? I just don't understand why people are still giving people money even though they're not giving you great stories. That's just my confusion. With all that being said, though, I would be very intrigued to see what you guys think about this trailer and who's actually rushing out to see this in the theaters. Whether you're a ScarJo fan, whether you're a dinosaur fan, whether you just want to see what bullshit they pull out in this, because I've seen the previous Jurassic World and oh my god, they are funny as hell to watch, but like you know damn well what you're there for. You're not there for the great storytelling. That shit is so garbage. But let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this trailer if you've seen it. If you're interested in seeing it in the theaters when it comes out. So I'd be very intrigued to read what you guys think. Also, if you have not yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you're always notified about the new videos that I have coming out. The more people give money to Hollywood, the more they're never going to understand it. So you got to stop it. Nail that shit in the ground. Keep your money. Put it in a streaming service. Way more options that way too. And that's what I like to bring to you guys. Y'all be sleeping on these films that came out years ago that are actually really good during a time where people enjoyed telling good stories and actors understood the assignment. Like they understood that they're there to entertain. I know it's a hard concept for people to understand nowadays, but that is what used to be a thing in Hollywood. They used to create stories that people like to watch with actors that people like to enjoy watching because they were going to be entertained by them. If you guys do not know, I have a website. In the links in the description bar below, you can check out the Patreon and the podcast, ways to support. All of that will be in the description bar below. I love you all. You know that I do. I love you all with all my heart, and I hope you all come back for the next episode.